Kia ora and welcome to my entry for the Quarantine Car Show.
This is the car I've been designing now for the past year in SolidWorks, and here it's just some Photoshop renderings I did, just trying to come up with some ideas for the overall look of the car. It's come a long way. It was originally going to have a Hayabusa engine, but now I am opting for a K20 Euro R that I will turbo and put a bit of boost through. So with SolidWorks I was able to make assemblies of the subframes like this and then cut them on a profile cutter, which made it really easy to then just piece together with sort of tags and slots, then weld up, and it all came out perfect to the geometry of the car and what I was wanting. So with the rules in New Zealand, for the arms and the uprights, to have them certified for road use, we have to get the welds x-rayed, and there's quite a process to go through. So what I opted to do was take stock arms from the front of an MX-5 and the back of an EG Civic, well, the front of an EG Civic, and put them in the back of my car. So then I could get around this. My subframes have the same pickup points as those cars, keeping all the geometry the way it should be, apart from the fact that I have the front of an EG in the rear of my car, so I just had to add some bits to make that work, obviously. Here's a wee shot of the profile cutter cutting out the parts, which really give this car the character that it has, that it's very engineered, and which worked out to be really lightweight and look just the way I wanted it to. I was pretty happy with how it came out. Now I'll just leave you, here's the time lapse of the rear subframe coming together. I was lucky enough to have done this design and had a whole lot of the stuff I needed to crack into this build before quarantine hit. So when quarantine rolled around, I was ready to go and start my fab work. I hadn't done a lot of notching before, so this frame coming together was tricky at first, but once I had it sussed, it was quite enjoyable. I didn't have as much tools as I'd like to have at home for doing the notching, but I made it work, and it came out awesome because all the fitment has to be just right because I want to fully TIG weld this frame. I wasn't able to do all the welding on the frame at this point. I was saving my gas so I didn't run out, and that would have brought me to a stop during quarantine. So I got as far as I could by just tacking, and towards the end I just used the last of my gas running a few welds so then I could wheel the frame around. So what this build means to me is really awesome to finally bring all the skills I've been learning over the last few years together to a project that's fully for me and exactly the way I want it. I couldn't be more happy with the results so far, and I'm looking forward to getting some more parts once quarantine is lifted so I can push on, get this thing on its feet, and eventually start hooning it around the streets.
Knowing that the deadline for this car show was on the 25th, it was really good motivation for me to get as much done as I could while on quarantine. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.